Welcome to Africa Entrepreneur. I just want to give the detail of my interview with uh, Mr. Afo Djeri Sakibou that I'll publish on Wednesday on this channel. I had the interview with Mr. Sakibou, and it really was a very interesting interview. Is really a typical entrepreneur that I met, and I really want to him to explain how he entered in entrepreneurship and what kind of business is doing now, and also what kind of advice he will give to entrepreneur or those who really want to launch businesses in Africa. In his presentation, Mr. Afo Djeri Sakibou is right now a PhD candidate in English department of University of Kara in Togo. He is specializing in American literature, with a he shifted his study into literature and environment, specifically how we can valorize, make more value the culture and environment. He started, his primary school in village that's the name is Kaswade. That was where I think he was born, and he studied in high school in Sokode, and he got his high school diploma there, and he went to the University of Kara. He'll explain how he gets into the business by studying that when he was in high school, and his parents living in the village sending him in the city that the name is Sokode. That is where he studied his high school, and when he was there, he started to make giving the tutoring to students, and he was getting paid around $1 per student per month, and sometimes you can get 10 students a month, which gave him like around $10 per month. And later he tried to get more students, and maybe around 12 students. And in 2012, he finished his study. I think maybe master or bachelor. He finished, and he got what they call like kind of financial help from university. That's his last, because if you when you in university, they give a student this kind of help. Sometimes is divide. This help is divided into maybe 3 parts. So is the last two parts, and his last money that he got was around 35,000 francs CFA, I think, which is around maybe around $40. And that's the money he started the business with. He went in the market and he bought the corn in a bag. The bags, I think, around maybe 100 kilos, and thus he started. And when he went to the market to sell it, he lost the first time, but later he says that went well. And I asked him a question: in which sector or in which field he is in business. According to him, his entrepreneurship is not for everyone. You have to have courage, you have tenacity, perseverance, and the passion for him comes the last. Because if you're not, persevering, you cannot really make, even if you have a passion. So he says that he doesn't have one business he does, as long as he sees a need and something that can make him money. He does this kind of business. So he was in the business of selling clothes, selling food, selling what do you call it, chicken, tomato, sometimes for to students. And this kind of money that he's getting help him to buy clothes, food, and to help him to buy school supplies. And sometimes he says when he get something he want to sell it, people just buy because they like maybe sometimes he's a professor. They just buy to really to help him. And he says he's doing business mostly really to make money and also to help him to survive, to pay his school fees, etc. And he says also, right now I ask him really the business that he has. He says that he has like around 18 business. Some are active and some are are waiting. And as long when one he get the opportunity, he launch a new business. So that's what he says. And sometimes you see like as a human being, you cannot stay without money, and you don't even know if you're there and you have a neighbor who really need help. If you have something, you can help him. So that's why for him, once he finds something, once he finds something is good, that's why he doesn't have a specific one business. He's doing a business when he started with the X. If X work, it can maybe tomorrow the X is not working, and he takes the Y business. So that's what is. So he's telling that his main activity is selling staple food, and staple food like such as I think bean and sorghum, and sometimes he really found the staple that for him really work, and he says sorghum at a certain time was selling good. And also he started a business that sell like I think we use to cook, the cookers. So it's like a traditional stuff of and they make it a little more modern. And he was also in that business. He also used sometimes e-commerce business. He does that also. He does also septic tanks business with and company I call Angel Abba in Lomé, and he's also a consultant for to this company. And most of the time he say what works for him is really because of his honesty. Really, you want to do business, it's good to have honesty. And yeah, and I say that is right because one of Aliko Dangote advice to youth, African youth, is really to do things with honesty and to really now what they call it to the name is very a great asset for the entrepreneur. And so I asked him also, now he's a PhD candidate and entrepreneur. What we want to see in next few years, what is going to be? So he says schooling and teaching is for him is a kind of passion, but doing this also he need also right now money also to survive, to pay food, to pay the school supply and fee, all this stuff. So for him, both they're not really. You cannot say that you cannot do them as long as you set up the time, you can do both as part of and when the time comes, it will choose the priority, which one will be really suitable for him at that time. But for now, he does that, and this help him to really get a school fees and the school supply, and also get a food, etc., etc. And his advice to the student or the employee, he says, what people think right now, sometimes, in Africa, people they think they are students, they have a bachelor degree, they have a master degree, and they just want to have something really ideal job or ideal equivalent, the job that is equivalent to their diplomas. And he says, no, if you have a diploma, you don't have a job, don't waste your time or waiting. You can start doing something else before the ideal job comes. And he gave a quote that he says that in English, where he says, while you are waiting what you want, do what you can. Okay, so you are waiting for something that the ideal stuff to come. If it does not come, do what you have or you can. So that's what he says. His advice, really, they have to, take out their clothes that to say that they are bachelor, they have a master degree. If you don't have something, go find something that will help you to survive, to pay food, to pay your clothes, all this stuff. And yes, when he said that, I gave example of a Cameroonian who created a company that called Tanti. This guy went to school. He got a PhD degree in agricultural mechanization, and he came back in Cameroon, and he was looking for a job, and he couldn't find the jobs, and he started having business of porridge, and his mom helped him to do the business. And today he has really a big company in agro business company that is very well known, and his brand called Tanti. So and he says the message that he has is to young African, the best time to really be productive is when you are 25, between 25 20 35 years, and that time you're strong, active, healthy, and you don't have to waste your time. If you have something, you are looking for something that you don't find, do something that you can, or that make you living. And he calls to those young the youth, especially students, to when they read, they go to school, they learn something, they have to really see how they can use the knowledge in practical way, and read a lot, and I try to apply the knowledge that they learning they learn. And I think that's what he say. Start with something ready, and really try to also work as a team in a group. And with the group, if you start in group, you have a chance to succeed. That was the what I can say in summary of my interview with Mr. Afo Djeri Sakibou. It was very interesting interview, and he's a kind of a serial entrepreneur. He's right now a student, but he's doing many stuff, many businesses, and that's great. Is I think African youth are Those who think they don't have a job, they still running, applying for job, they can be inspired by Mr. Afo experience. I think that's what I want to really have this this interview. We also summarize this interview in English because there was great experience, and having him and explain how he entered in the business, how he's doing, what kind of business he's doing, and also his advice to African youth. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much for listening to this summary. And if you didn't subscribe yet to this channel, please do so. And if you like this summary, please give a thumbs up, and please share it as much as you can. Thank you so much, and see you next week. Bye bye.